Megan Hicks of I Run Far, and I'm here on the day before the 2016 Lake Sonoma 50 mile. I'm with Zach Bitter, who's now Californian.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Megan.
How's it going?
It's going good.
So, yeah, as long as I've known you, you have been an upper Midwest runner, but now you're a California runner.
Yeah.
It's kind of home territory now.
It is. It's getting that to be. That's almost been a year now, so I'm starting to get kind of comfortable and in a routine and starting to know where everything is, so that's been kind of nice.
And talking to you for the last couple minutes, it's clear you didn't leave behind your Midwest accent.
Definitely not. I think I need a few more years in California to start having that fade.
So talk to me about your move to California. Like, what drove it with life or running, or what brought you here?
Yeah, so I guess a lot of it just had to do with me wanting to do more running in different areas that were other than flat.
Okay.
I mean, there's plenty of flat and stuff in Wisconsin, and there's good trails in Wisconsin, the Midwest as well. But the diversity out here is unmatched. I can do flat runs in Davis, or I can go up in the Sierras pretty effortlessly.
Yep.
So that, as well as some opportunities I had to work with Ultra Footwear on their field marketing stuff in Northern California, kind of drew me to this area. Being in Wisconsin for almost 3 decades of my life, I feel like I've seen enough harsh winters. So
if I never see minus 15 again.
Exactly, yeah. So that was definitely kind of appealing to me as well. And it's just kind of cool to try out something new. I've been in the Midwest my whole life. I like to travel. I like to experience new things. So kind of coming out here and seeing what this is like has been an exciting journey so far.
You picked kind of an interesting place in California to base yourself in Davis. Super flat Davis, but access both directions to all kinds of hills. Obviously big changes professionally, but the opportunities for changes to your running is just as big.
Yeah, for sure. It's nice too, because a lot of the accounts that I help Ultra Footwear with are kind of surrounding Davis, so I can get the flat running when I want when I stay at home, but then when I'm going and visiting the accounts, I can get to the Bay Area or over to Tahoe or Reno, and even down towards Fresno and some of the Sequoia areas as well. So there's definitely a little bit of everything.
You have rightfully earned a reputation for yourself as a flat runner and as a runner who's able to maintain a certain fast pace over a lengthy period of time. Coming to California and facing some of the elevation changes that you see in the trails of the Sierra, or here in Sonoma, or in the headlands in Marin, how has that adjustment been?
It's been real interesting. I would say, up until about January, I was still focusing a lot on flat races for World 100Ks and the 100 mile I did at Desert Solstice. So that was still kind of where my key workouts were lying. But most of February and March now had been refocused on, I need to find a road or a trail that goes uphill for at least a couple of miles and then back down, so I can get that good sustained climbing and sustained descending in me. Mainly trying to peak for comrades has been the driving point behind that, but then a race like Sonoma being on the schedule as well, 10,000 or 10,500 feet of elevation gain and loss, I'll need to have some of that to even have a prayer to be near the top. So kind of just redirecting my focus on that, as opposed to like short or like tempos on flats or like intervals on flats and stuff like that. And it was almost like I had been injured for a month or two and had to relearn to run when I first started doing it. But it's also been really exciting because since I kind of started from a relatively low spot, you see a lot of growth pretty quickly then too. So it's been fun to see that change in my training, and just a change in the training stimulus too is kind of a mental refresher, I think.
Yeah. You put a lot of your training data online, so those of us out there, we can go and have a look and see what you're doing. And I know you're a pretty analytical guy, so as you have adapted to training on the hills here, how do you see your numbers and your the ground feel of those numbers compare to some of the other guys that you're following on Strava who you're gonna see this weekend, and guys who you're now running and training with a little bit here?
For sure. I feel like there's still plenty of guys who are gonna be able to do that stuff a lot better than me. I mean, I think I'm probably closing the gap a little bit at least, but I'm coming from a pretty flat background, so that would stand to reason. It'll be interesting. I think anytime you're in these longer distance races, there's so much more at play than just the workouts you did. So, a lot of things can happen that are unexpected between, picking the right pace and things like that, and nutritional aspects and other stuff. But yeah, so it's been fun to run with these guys, and I've definitely gotten taken to school a few times.
Did you take them to school then when you got to
I don't know about that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I guess most of my flat training has been pretty solo efforts. It's hard to draw people off the trails onto the flats, I guess. So certainly the track. No, but yeah, it's been a fun journey, and everyone's been great, and there's been the running community here is phenomenal. So you can always find groups on the trails and head to different areas and do some hill running with people.
Right on. Have you had a chance to preview the Sonoma course?
A little bit, not as much as I would have liked. I was actually originally planning on coming to the training weekend here and getting the full 25 miles of trail in on that, but I had a dental mishap where one of my I had a root canal that had been it was basically a failed root canal, and I ended up having to have the tooth extracted, and they had me on antibiotics, and it was kind of a whole mess for about 7 to 10 days. And so that kind of threw a wrench into things for a bit there around that time, but so that kind of kept me from doing as much on the course as I would have liked maybe, but on the other hand, I don't think I ever planned on doing a lot on the course, since it's not necessarily my A race for the spring and summer, and I've been kind of focusing more on comrades, so a lot more like road hills or real smooth running hills and descents.
Last question for you, Sports Center moment. Give me the highlight reel of your race, how it's going to play out.
Oh, at Lake Sonoma here?
Yeah.
Ideally.
Sure.
Ideally, some of these guys who got better hill running than me will start to fade because they went out too fast. But
so you'll be playing takeover. In the
I might have to. I'm definitely gonna. I'm not gonna go out super gradual. I'm gonna run as hard as I can within reason, given what I can do on this type of terrain. But I'm not going to go out chasing guys that I feel are going too fast for me either. And, so I guess if I had a perfect day, it'd probably be me catching people at the end.
Okay, there's going to be a chaser back there. Guys, watch out. Okay, Zach, well, best of luck to you.
Thank you.
It's going to be really fun to watch it's going to be fun to watch both you and Camille sort of play the game of translating road speed to trail speed. So lots of entertainment for us fans this weekend.
For sure. We'll try to see if we can put on a show, I guess.
Yeah, and if you're going to go out with some dazzling fireworks.
Crash and burn.
That's right. Best of luck, Zach.
Thank you very much.